We ready. I've recording a long
What's up,
time.
y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
I
I'm
recording a
fat.
long time, but I'm ready to talk about boxing. It's been a
It's been a
while.
minute, bro.
It's
Let's
been a
go.
while.
What was the last one we did? It was when they announced Canelo Ryder.
They
Huh?
announced Canelo Ryder, uh, Connor Ben with the eggs.
Man.
It's been a
No, it's
while,
been catch up.
but we
We start
back.
with Canelo, I guess.
We back. Eduardo's in vacation, but we had to come through. He had to come through.
Like live from Cancun with the Warriors.
Okay, okay, buddy, chill on the Warriors. All right, then. So let's talk about Canelo. What you think about the fight? It was what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's been about 11 days or
Okay.
9 days. Can't do math. You know, I a lot of people were kind of disappointed with Canelo's performance, but I mean, man, you got to give credit to Ryder. Getting your nose broken in the second round and then just battling through it. You know, you're swallowing blood, can't breathe. You got this monster coming at you for the majority of the fight. 50,000 people are going crazy. It's his home country. You know, everything's set up for you to just take that dive, call it a night, and get that check and get out. But he didn't. You know, he wasn't really in the fight. I wouldn't say it was that close,
He was fighting back
but
though.
he gave it all he got. And us as boxing fans, man, that's all we can ask for. I mean, you saw the controversy there was with Ryan not getting up and people, trying to make the comparison of Ryder can do it, but not Ryan. You know, it's a tough sport. It's not as easy as it looks. You saw even just recently with Janet Beck,
Yeah.
Butler ate that uppercut and those left hooks. And I mean, the second time he got up, he looked frustrated. The third time, there was no getting up. He ate it clean. I mean, it's a sport that just changes so fast, and for Ryder to last that long, I was pretty impressed. But Canelo, I mean, come on, you gotta.
But look,
There isn't
I,
much of a doubt there really from the get go either.
I think it doesn't matter what Canelo does, people are gonna criticize. They're always gonna say something. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter if he fights. He can go on and fight Benavidez right now. They're gonna be like, "Oh, why didn't you do the rematch for Bill?" He does
and
the
vice
Bill.
versa. You go fight Bivol, even if it's at 168, they're gonna say he's being drained. He moves up to 175, they're gonna say he's crying for the belts. It doesn't matter. People will find a reason to complain, but I mean, looking ahead after that Ryder fight, I think we gotta get one of those two guys in the ring with him soon.
It has to be Benavidez. It has to be Benavidez. I don't want to see him at 175. I just don't. I don't. I think that fight. I think it's over with. I don't want to see him with Bill no more.
No, but
Maybe if he
Bivol does want those belts, man. You got if he's gonna want those belts, you got to give him the fight at
if
68.
it's at 68, I want to see it. If it's at 75, I don't want to see it.
No, I mean it was a tough fight to begin with. I know we talked about how Canelo's, I guess we'll call it a loss, but not really. The first fight against Golovkin, we saw a different Canelo than we saw in the second time around. And I guess popular belief would say that if he fights Bivol again, he would come with a different game plan, something a little, throw him out of the loop for the second time around, and come out with a different mentality, different mindset, different attitude to secure that win instead of just kind of sitting around waiting for the judges to lean towards his side. But I don't know, man. Bivol,
People are gonna kill me,
we're
but I'm gonna
talking we're
compare it to
talking
Jermell
different, man.
Charlo. I'm gonna compare it to Jermell Charlo. Jermell lost to Tony Harrison. He came back and looked like a different Jermell. He
And he
he
cleaned him out of there quick.
had a draw versus Castaño. Came back and what TKO was a TKO.
Yeah,
Canelo did the same against Triple G. Didn't stop Triple G, but he came back the second time, and it was just a different
he
Canelo.
beat him up, dude. That I
It was a
mean,
different
it
Canelo.
showed. It showed.
What's to say that he won't do the same with Bill?
I don't know, man. A lot of people want that Beater B Bivol fight too. And I kind of want to throw Canelo in there just for the sake of that matchup because I mean, how would he look against Beater Beef? How would Beater Beef look against Bevo? I would want to see how that looks out before we really judge Canelo for taking that step up and weight and trying to challenge Bivol too. Because you never know. we don't know what we're really looking at with Bivol. A lot of eyes are kind of just starting to come onto him, and a lot of the boxing fans will know, and they've kept up with him for a while, so they've seen what he's done throughout his career. But he has a lot to show. There's a lot of matches that we can make. There's a lot of matches to be made, and Bivol has a lot to show still. I know he had a great performance against Canelo, and rightfully he does deserve to be named one of the top boxers in the world right now. There's no doubt about that. But there's no reason that I should believe that Canelo doesn't have a chance a second time around against Bivol. He did it against Triple G. That's a guy that people said was unbeatable for the longest time. And I mean, I'm not gonna say he made it look easy because it wasn't.
No, not even the third time when Triple G was
No,
older already. It wasn't even that
it
easy.
wasn't
That
even
second
that
half
easy.
of the
The
fight.
scorecards were just as narrow as the first two fights. So it's definitely not impossible, but I do think he presents a tougher challenge than Triple G did.
Yeah, for sure. You wanna go to what? Rolly Romero?
You know, talk about Raleigh,
That's
and
the
then we
WBA
after that.
champ. Put some respect on the WBA champ.
You know,
Put some respect on my
I don't
boy.
want to say, I told you this during the lead up to the fight. I want to like Raleigh a lot because I think he's entertaining as hell. I think he's somebody that is worthy of being in contention for a title at 140. And he's somebody that needs to bring that division to life.
But not
But his
like that.
performance on Saturday was
Not like that.
nowhere near what he needed to show. And I don't know how much of that is the opponent, Barroso, and there wasn't a lot of hype coming into this fight because of the matchup change and the age of, he's what, 40?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
but I mean, my respect to Barroso, he came in and he was beating Rolly. He was winning, and
he was
it's
ahead on all three
I don't know.
scorecards.
It was horrible to see that. I don't know. It was just something. I don't know. At that moment, I don't know. I had like mixed feelings. I thought it was something that I've never seen before in the sport of boxing, and I've been watching for a while. I'm young, but I've been watching for a while, and so it's something. I don't know. It was crazy for me to see
Did
how
he even
Rolly won.
land a
To see
clean
how Rolly
shot?
won, stop the fight like that. A referee that's been in huge fights. If people don't know, watch the Diego Corrales versus Castillo. There's no way he didn't stop that fight. He didn't stop the Bodu Jack fight, but he stops this. There's no way.
No, I don't even think he landed a clean shot in that last exchange, dude. Is it sucks. I've even seen petitions going around saying that he needs to retire and talking about Tony Weeks.
Yeah.
And I mean the criticisms deserved. It was definitely not as sharp as performance as a referee.
Yeah.
And
Worst performance.
I mean, what's next for Raleigh? I almost got to say you got to run it back.
No, you have to.
You have to.
He's not,
I
he's
mean,
not gonna want to. He's not
yeah,
gonna want to. You have to run it back.
you
There's
have
no
to.
way.
And he himself said, "Hey, this fight should not have ended." So if you have any integrity, you have any respect for the sport, you give Barroso another chance, man. He's at the end of his career. Give him that last payday, another I mean, hell, he was about to be champion. I
Yeah.
know boxing, anything can happen, but he wasn't given a fair shot. I mean, you got to give him another chance.
I mean, what? You change this fight to a no contest, or no? You leave the win.
I mean,
Because the commission didn't
they're
even
not
speak
going
on it. Nobody
to.
spoke on it.
I mean, you saw KSI landing Conor McGregor elbows and
Okay,
those, man. They're not even going to change that either, I'm guessing.
talking about the KSI fight. It was a YouTube boxing, right? It's a crossover, YouTube boxing. When I saw it, I was like, there's no way they allow this. There's no replay, no nothing. Okay, it's YouTube boxing. It's fine. It's not real boxing, you know how people say it's not real boxing. But there's no way a few hours later, Rolly does it. You know what I mean? I was like,
It's
there's
almost
no
a
way the
mockery,
same thing
man.
happened in actual boxing.
In
Like
an
people are
actual
like,
championship fight.
yeah, you know what I
I
mean?
don't understand. Yeah, leave the shenanigans to the Misfits crew. Leave it to Jake Paul and all them. Which Jake Paul, Nate Diaz,
We gotta
man,
go. We gotta pull up to that.
gotta see some Stockton slaps in person, bro.
It's going. I don't know. I got Nate.
It is a shame. It is a shame. I agree. It sucks that people to this day. I mean, we've been talking about how corrupt this sport is, and
Yeah.
how the faces that they want are going to be the faces that are available, and
And I'm one of the ones in my platform or what I have. I'm always saying that's not true. Like, you know what I mean? Like boxing, I know it's all about business, but it's a true sport and it's not paid because people are always like, oh, it's paid, it's this, it's already set up, it's scripted, like they say in the NBA
Well,
and shit like
we
that.
as fans want to believe that because
And I'm always like, no,
like
it's
all
not.
combat sports get compared to WWE in a way,
Yeah.
and nobody wants to think that this sport they're a fan of is corrupt or there's a script. You might say, they talk about that with the NFL and stuff too,
NFL and yeah.
but
And I'm
that might be the
defending it
reality
that
of
it's
it.
not. I'm always saying that it's not. And there's no way I can defend this. There's no way I can defend this Rolly fight. Like, what do I say there? You know what I mean? And then the people, I understand a lot of people are like Team Rolly, you know what I mean? But there's no way you defend this. Even if you're a big fan of Rolly Romero,
I
there's
mean,
no way.
the man himself said, "Hey, bad stoppage. He wasn't hurt." So I mean, you really can't. There's no way you get around this one. It's just gonna have to be another L for boxing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
But I do want to switch gears because we've talked about too many L's. I want to talk about a W. Tank King Rye. What'd you think about it?
it was what everybody thought. Well, not never mind. Boxing fans, true boxing fans thought it was gonna be Gervonta Davis beating Ryan Garcia. Casuals thought Ryan Garcia had a chance or had something. I thought, and we said it. I thought if it was the beginning of the rounds or early rounds, Ryan had a chance. If it was round 6 and up, good night.
Yep, you said that from the get-go. I remember. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Ryan had me convinced, man. I like this
Ooh,
confidence. I like his superstar
confidence.
aura going into that. He walked in there like he owned the place. Tank showing up late to all these press conferences and just not being the stand-up, professional boxer. He just kind of doing his own thing. But I mean, in the end, it really showed who's a star.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in there, he made that night his, like, I don't think I've seen in a long time. I mean, that was impressive, his performance.
But
Um,
there's a lot of fights. You know what also Gervonta made me see? You know what this Rolly fight made me see? How
what
Gervonta Davis is.
which
I can fight with Gervonta Davis and it will look competitive. He makes every fighter look competitive. Every single fighter
in
he's
the
beating.
early rounds,
The
yeah.
early rounds, it looks like they're
Saw it
winning.
with Hector Garcia. You saw
Hector
it
Luis
with
Garcia with Leo Santa
Ryan.
Cruz, Ryan Garcia with Rolly. Every single fight, it looks competitive in the early rounds.
Well, he only gave Ryan a round, and then round two, about half of it, and then he cracked him with that check. Was it hook? And I
Yeah,
mean, from then
yeah,
on,
but I'm saying that
Ryan
it
was
looks
not.
kind of close. You're like, oh, he's still in the fight. He's still in the fight. Even if they're losing, you're like, oh, he's still in the fight. And
Because
then
they
boom,
won
second
some
half
rounds,
comes around and he knocks him out.
man. But I mean, it there's levels.
Yeah,
But I mean, those two guys are as like at the highest possible level. You can't really get much better than that. And I mean, do you want to say Ryan got caught or do you want to say Ryan got outboxed? I think he got outboxed.
yeah.
And part of it was, that the shock of being dropped in round two. You're not really
Bro,
expecting.
but he ate that. People saying that he doesn't have a chin, bro got up like nothing.
And I'm
Rolly Romero in his fight with Barroso, he got dropped, and he said in his interview, "I got a little bit stunned." There's no way. It was like a little jab, and he got dropped.
he
And
said he hit harder than Tank. You
bro,
telling me that's true?
there's no way he hits harder than Tank. He got stunned a little bit. He got stunned a little
Bro
bit.
got grown man strength, I guess, but I
But
mean,
that guy,
he's been in the ring with both. Who am I to say that he's wrong?
Barroso
But
got that concrete worker strength.
I just I, I guess I can't really disagree. Like he's the guy that's been in the ring. He's the guy
Yeah.
that dealt both of their best shots. So there you go. Raleigh says Tank or Barroso is harder than Tank.
What I was getting to was whenever Gervonta hit Rolly, bro was gone. Like
Mm,
bro got up, but he didn't even know where he was at.
mm.
They dropped Ryan Garcia with a similar punch, you could say.
All right up.
Got right up, fought several rounds.
And people calling Ryan a quitter for eating that body shot. I mean, it's been said time and time again that those shots will just decapitate you or not decapitate, deteriorate your body. And I mean, it just leaves you stuck. You really can't do anything. Your body won't function and it hurts.
and they're saying that he was injured. If he was injured, like they're saying,
The clip of him at the corner talking to
yeah, I
Joe.
understand. Then I understand completely why he didn't get up. There's no way you're gonna get up and just get destroyed even more, or hurt even more than what you already are.
Right.
I don't know. Well,
It's
what do you think should be next for Gervonta Davis?
oh man. I mean, we got the fight we all wanted.
Okay,
Um, it's kind of hard to see. I think I mean a fight with Shakur, a fight with what's his name, Haney, maybe even.
I'll give you right now. The promoters need to listen to me right now. I'm gonna give you what I think they should do. Ready? Tell Heyman to listen to me.
Here, listen to Chris right now. Tune in.
Gervonta Davis versus Pitbull Cruz 2. Imagine what they do on the pay-per-view sales. They break records. Imagine what they do on the gate sales. Why? Let me explain why. Pitbull Cruz went 12 rounds with Gervonta Davis. He was the second person to do that. The first person that did that was like Gervonta's third fight or something like that, right? He came in 2 weeks notice, somewhere around there, 3 weeks
Yeah.
notice. It was a little bit. Nobody really knew Pitbull Cruz. He wasn't even ranked. He came in and gave a fight like that, and now everybody was like, "Oh, what the?" You know what I mean? They were like, "What the hell? Like this dude can actually fight." So now you had the first fight. He went 12 rounds. Imagine what a second fight would do. Already having this whole background, people already know who Pitbull is. Imagine what a second fight would do. People are gonna buy that.
I wish
Regardless of
I
who wins
wish
the fight.
Canelo didn't have a chokehold on May 5th and September 16th. Because you give me that fight, man.
Imagine that.
I'm
Imagine that
tuning
fight.
into that over Canelo. Like,
Imagine that fight. September 16th. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. So it comes perfect day, perfect everything. Saturday. MGM Grand, even T-Mobile Arena. You know what? Fuck it. Allegiant Stadium.
chill. Yeah.
Okay, MGM Grand or
You
T-Mobile.
lost out Heyman, bro. You just tuned out.
Uh, he said that's too many. That's too many seats.
Bro, tripping. No. I
I
mean,
just
that's both dudes are just dogs. I mean, it's so hard. They both guys crack.
yeah.
I mean, we saw Tank get hurt in those. That was like 8th, 9th, 10th rounds there in that first fight. I mean, he took him to deep waters. If he can do that again, something similar or even a better performance, you
If
never
you can
know.
do that in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I forgot how much it was. Imagine a full camp.
Yeah, and Pitbull's one of those guys that's I'm sure he's going to start getting avoided a little more because
And I mean, I'm a person that criticizes Pitbull a lot because I think he hasn't really done anything in his career except lose to Gervonta Davis. I
right,
criticize him a
yeah,
lot.
that helps them.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
experience that helps people become better fighters. Ask Canelo after facing Mayweather.
yeah.
How much better defensively did he get over the next 5 years? Just simply from watching that and understanding why.
But something that I respect for Mayweather, people criticize him a lot, was whenever he never lost, but whenever people thought he lost to Castillo, he gave him the rematch right away. People thought he
Yeah.
lost to Maidana, gave him the rematch right
Right.
away.
Yep.
Gervonta Davis didn't do that with Pitbull Cruz. But if you want to sell Gervonta Davis as the face of boxing, like they're trying to do, as a better fighter or a better seller than Canelo Alvarez, that's the fight to make. Pitbull Cruz versus Gervonta Davis. Because it's going to give you the pay-per-view sales. It's going to give you the gate sales. It's going to give you everything that you want.
And it's going to be nicer because the Hispanic, specifically Mexican support for Cruz
Yeah. It's going to be huge.
it's going to increase. It's going to multiply like crazy.
Huge.
And so, that's a rivalry that I enjoy personally. And it would be Mexicans versus black fighters.
If
And have
people
it on the
supported
weekend.
him, people supported him with not even knowing him, wasn't even ranked. Imagine what they'll do now.
Oh my gosh. It'd be a party. Let's
Oh,
see
Heyman,
it.
listen to me. Oh, Heyman, I got you.
We need to give you a percentage, a cut of the sales for that.
I'm okay with 2K. Give me 2K. All right. This Saturday, Devin Haney versus Loma. What you think about that? Who wins?
I mean, if I were a betting man, let's just say I'm not. If I were
Okay.
a betting man, yeah.
If I had an addiction on
If
betting,
there was if for some reason I just really love to gamble and throw my money away, I would bet that this fight goes the distance,
yeah,
and I'd probably add on that Haney gets the decision.
I think
But
hey,
I think people are still underestimating Lomachenko, and I know
Come
he
on, buddy, come
rose to
on.
the moon, and he became one of the youngest champions ever, one of the fastest champions ever, and rightfully so. He has an amazing Olympic career and amateur career, and I mean I don't see Haney hitting really hard. He just doesn't.
Yeah, I agree with you
Lomachenko
about that.
does.
I agree with you on that, but he'll box
That
any.
isn't everything. I understand. I know power isn't everything. I
He'll
know.
box you, bro. I think he's
Uh,
gonna run through Loma, and he's gonna win by a decision. I'll probably give Loma like 3 rounds, three,
the
4 rounds.
last thing I want this Saturday is a clinch fest. I want to see these guys go, and
Nah, but with the
if they really push themselves and get to that level and try to earn that victory, I think Lomachenko beats him.
I think
But
he can, but it's gonna be a chess
my
match.
money is saying Haney by decision.
Did you see what Jermaine Ortiz did to Loma?
Yeah,
That was supposed to be like a little tune up, and there's
so welcome fight. Yeah. Hey,
bro
but
almost got.
Ortiz just signed a top rank. They're gonna try to build him up too. I'm assuming.
I mean, it was supposed to be a
Rightfully
tune
so.
up,
He earned
and
that shot.
bro was about to be the about to fight this Saturday. You know what I mean? He was about to be the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
opponent for Devin Haney because there's no way. I was like, damn. I bet you
yeah.
whatever.
I
Bob
was
Aaron was
so
watching
disappointed
that.
that fight.
What'd you say?
I was so disappointed. It was one of those fights. I was working and I had my laptop next to me and I was streaming it, just trying to keep up. And like I would watch a little bit and then I do my job and I come back and watch a little bit and I just keep coming back. I'm like, it's not over. Like we're in the eighth round, like ninth round. Come on, nothing. He looked flat, but you
I
can't
know
look
damn
flat against
well.
Devin Haney. He's a natural pure boxer,
Devin Haney
and he doesn't need to hit so hard to beat you, and he'll make it look easy too.
undisputed for a reason. You know, Devin Haney, people saying email champion, what are they saying? Google champion, Yahoo champion, all the things they say about him, all these things they say, no power, pillow fist. He's undisputed. You know what I mean? I don't care how many names they call him. He's
Rightfully so.
undisputed. Gervonta Davis might sell. He might have a good resume. But where the belt's at? Shakur Stevenson,
Oh,
where the
they're
belt's at?
coming. They're coming.
You know what I mean? People Cruz, where the belt's
These
at?
dudes- Yeah, I agree. I mean, fighting Ryan didn't have no belts, so I mean that's the biggest fight you could make, and there wasn't a belt involved. So that to me makes me happy because not everything needs a belt. The belts don't mean everything, or the belts aren't the only thing that's relevant in boxing. There's stars to be built around it, but they do matter. They are important, and Haney did collect all those belts, and he earned them, and so there's no reason to believe that he's going to lose them on Saturday. But
I don't know.
I don't see it as big as a mismatch as some people might think, though.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight, but I think Devin Haney's gonna win. And I think the fight after that to make is Shakur Stevenson. That's the fight to make.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
It has to
Yeah,
be the fight to make.
I'm drooling over that fight. I want to see those two guys go at it. It's been a long time coming.
That's gonna be a good fight. I don't know. There's a lot of good fights we're getting slowly, but we're getting it. Like today, Virgil Ortiz and Saronius got it's now official. I think it's San Antonio, July 8th, I believe. I forgot what date it was, but
Yep.
we're finally getting days.
AT&T
We're probably
Center.
getting fights. But
Man, that was one of the fights I was looking forward to this past month more than anything. I thought Santonis was a great opponent for Virgil and still
oh,
is. And
it
it sucks
is.
that we have to wait a little longer. And I mean, look out when that fight happens. I think it's one that you guys should tune into.
Yeah. I don't know. It's because there's people. I think there's a lot of people that if they don't really recognize the name, they won't watch it, or they won't. They're like,
And part of it has to do with how Virgil Ortiz and Golden Boy promote, man. They're in their own little bubble, Same thing with Chon Cepeda, same thing with
yeah,
Zurdo Ramirez, same thing with all these guys that just,
Munguia,
you talk
bro.
about them all the time. Jaime Munguia is getting his first big fight after
Oh,
God 40 something fights. I mean, how long
bro.
is it gonna take? He's at the end of his career and he's just now getting the big fights.
You're telling
And
me
it's not even
Derevchenko? You're
a
telling me
fight
Derevchenko's a
possible. I
big
mean,
fight?
Derevchenko,
You tell me that's a big fight? There's no way that's a big fight,
it's the biggest one I've seen out of him. And
bro. He's
God, I mean,
37.
he's been fighting with what the Charlos and stuff. I mean,
But
he's
he's
had some big names.
37. Bro's almost the
Who
age of
else
my
is who
dad. There's
else
no
has
way.
Munguia fought better than Derevchenko at this point in his
But
career?
there's no
You
way.
tell
There's
me.
no way that's a big fight. There's no way
Nah,
that's a big fight.
I'm not saying big fight. I'm saying in terms of Munguia's career,
Oh,
who has he fought that's better?
bro, I can go
That's
on
the
his
biggest
record.
fight
I
of his
can fight
career.
Munguia and that will be a big fight. Bro, I fights nobody. He fights nobodies. He fights
Yeah, I
nobodies,
mean,
bro. You can't. And I'm not saying he's not a
this
bad
is a
fighter.
step
He's not a
up,
good fighter. He's
and
a
it's a
very good
step
fighter.
down to a lot of people.
What'd you say?
Yeah, but this
He
is a
has
step up for him though, and this would be a step down to a lot of boxers, especially in that division.
Munguia has skill. Munguia can actually fight, but they're putting him against people that none of us know. Derevchenko, obviously, we know who he is, but bro is 37 years old. There's no way that's his biggest fight of his career. And then before that, his biggest fight was Rosado, which I respect Rosado for fighting everybody in their mamas. Bro has
Hell of a
fought
boxer,
everybody.
hell of a career, man.
Hell of a career. Like
But he
I
also
respect him
lost
so
to
much.
everybody.
He lost, but it doesn't matter. But he fought. Bro actually has something that a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? He fought everybody.
Yeah.
He was down to fight Zurdo at like 175 pounds. There's no way. Bro was gonna go
And
up
Zurdo
20.
didn't even want the smoke. He wasn't ready.
You know what I mean?
What did that tell you? And who's Zurdo's promoter?
Golden boy. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I mean,
They
they're
can't
really
promote
dropping the
Munguia.
ball with these guys, man.
They're gonna draw bad. The only dude they have now in line that they can probably do something is Ryan Garcia and Virgil Ortiz. Those are the only ones that I think. Other than that, I don't see. Maybe no. Who does he have Scrappy? No, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scrappy, huh? Maybe Scrappy then. Maybe
Last scrappy fight I watched was, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it's Golden Boy. So maybe Scrappy. Maybe Scrappy, Virgil Ortiz, and Ryan Garcia. Because Zurdo ain't doing shit. Munguia, come on. You know what I mean? There's no way.
And I mean, part of that has to do, we were talking about it because, I mean, these guys, it just sucks to see Eddie Hearn on the other side of the pond just killing it, man.
Bro,
He's giving us fight after fight after fight.
and then people
And
criticizing, saying, "Oh, it's daddy's money. He doesn't know nothing about USA boxing." There's no way. There's no way. You see all the things he's doing. You know what I mean? The show that he gave in Mexico. There's no way you're saying Eddie Hearn doesn't know anything. Putting what
I
50,000
agree.
people in that
I think he's
stadium?
taking it up a level. Yeah, I mean, 80,000 in AT&T right after COVID with Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders, 50K at Estadio Akron. I mean, man, he's bringing life to the sport. We haven't seen stuff like this in a long time. And I mean, all we can hope for is more. And that's gonna include, Al Heyman, that's gonna include De La Hoya, that's gonna include everybody. But we're so stubborn. We've been in our own ways. Everybody thinks they're right. And so we've been missing that for a long time. At least, God, the majority of my life, man. We don't get these prize fights like we used to. And
Hey,
it started to show. They're coming back.
This year we have. This year we have. I mean, we got it's starting off with Benavides and Caleb Plant. And they going off with Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis.
Hey, and Ryan and Tank are Golden Boy and PBC. It's getting done.
But
it's
how
getting
did that
done.
happen? How did that fight happen? Ryan just kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
He did it himself. He literally did it himself.
And that's
Right.
what these fighters need to do. They need to start going to the promotions and be like, hey, I want this fight. I don't care. That's what they're saying that Errol Spence and Crawford's doing. They're saying that Errol Spence saying, I'm not moving on. This fight isn't happening. And that's what they need to do.
And Crawford's still taking homecoming fights in Nebraska, man. Come on. We're ready. We've been ready. We don't see nothing else, bro.
Long overdue. We need that fight.
Like, at this point, we need to boycott everything else, man. Tired of the tune-ups. Tired of giving the unknown guy a chance. Like, we've seen it time and time again. And it's nice when you get your Andy moments and stuff. But
you're
one in a million. Yeah, they're one in a million, Yeah. Give us the fights that make people want to tune in.
Well, before we go, I want to say one thing. What do you think is next for Canelo Alvarez?
Oh, I mean, we talked about it a little earlier. There's two options really that are kind of the only ones on the table for him. I don't
What
think
would
he's
you
gonna
do?
take another
What
fight.
would you do if you're Eddie Hearn?
I think what they're going to do is they're gonna give him Bivol first. There's already a story there. The loss, they're gonna need to avenge that before they potentially lose another one to another boxer in Benavidez. Um, I think they should just close that chapter with Bivol. If he takes the L, so be it. It's not gonna hurt Canelo's career. He's done it all at this point. And
I,
Bivol,
I
I
don't
mean, we know
I
he's a
don't
great
see
boxer.
I don't see Canelo going too many years no more. I see him max 2, 3 fights. I don't see him a lot. He said
Two, three
6 years.
fights.
I don't see him going that much. Maybe 2 years. I don't see him going that much. I don't. I just don't.
I would say, yeah, I would say maybe 2025 because I mean he's got so much going on outside of boxing too.
I don't see him. But
He
look,
he's
if it
at
was
that
up to
point.
me,
It might
if it
not
was
even
up to
be that
me,
necessary.
if it was up to me, this is what I would do. Eddie Hearn, listen to me right now. I already gave Al Heyman his thing. Listen to me right now, Eddie Hearn. Look,
It's your turn.
I would want the fight Benavidez. I would want the Benavidez fight, right? Or the Bivol fight. But I don't think those fights would happen. That was him. Berlanga versus Canelo Alvarez. MSG.
Bro, this podcast is
MSG.
over, bro. I'm leaving.
Berlanga versus
No.
Canelo Alvarez and MSG would sell out.
Did
Tell
you
me it
hold
will sell
on?
out.
Did you just not hear my whole rant about not giving these guys a chance anymore?
Tell me it
No,
will sell out. Tell me it will sell out.
no.
It will sell out.
Make that his retirement match, bro. Give Berlanga an opportunity to do
If
something.
Berlanga goes through Quigley, which I criticize Berlanga so much, but if Berlanga goes through Quigley,
Bro, what are you
he gets
talking
that
about?
Canelo fight.
No.
Put it on everything. He gets that Canelo fight,
That
bro.
fight, that fight
There's
has
there's
no
no
reason.
way he didn't sign to anybody else. He only signed to Matchroom because he wanted that Canelo fight,
He's
and
gonna
he'll
get
get it.
Canelo. He's not
And
getting
he'll get
Canelo
it.
that
He'll get
fast.
that fight. Yes, I know he will.
No.
If he knocks out Quigley in a devastating fashion, we're gonna be right here. You're not gonna be in Cancun, but you'll be here on this podcast, and I'll be telling you Canelo versus Berlanga MSG.
All right. What if he doesn't knock out Quigley? What if he loses to Quigley? Are you
We got Berlanga versus Munguia. the battle of the trash cans. Come on, buddy. Come on.
bro, Canelo's not gonna go from Bivol to Berlanga when I mean he needs those belts, man.
He
He's
went
trying
from
to keep those belts.
Bibble to Triple G to Ryder. There's no way he wouldn't go for Berlanga. He'll knock out Berlanga. Berlanga, I don't like him. I don't like Berlanga. I respect him. I don't like Berlanga. I think anybody knocks out Berlanga, top fighters. Benavidez makes him dog walks him, bro. Bro, shit, I almost choked. Benavidez dog walks him.
Bro, so passionate. He hates them. I like it.
I don't know.
No.
I just
I no, he like you said, he signed with Matchroom for a reason to get
he wants that fight.
He's gonna get that fight.
Yeah.
It just does not need to be anywhere near now.
If it was me,
Let Canelo hold on. Let him get more experience, let Canelo get older, and then maybe we're like, all right, we're looking at a little more competitive fight.
Look, if it was me, I would make that Bibble fight. That Bibble fight, because that's the fight Canelo wants, right? I would either make that Bibble fight or make that Benavidez fight. But I don't know. Berlanga, I think, is gonna get the fight.
I agree. But when you ask me what was next for Canelo, I think it's Bivol. I hope it's Bivol. And win or lose, and then I think we start talking about Benavidez because
I hope it's Benavidez.
And that fight is that stepping stone into the mainstream to superstardom. I know Caleb Plant and him were it was a great matchup. It was a great fight, great promo. But Canelo's the face of boxing still.
Yeah.
I know it's a little more debated now. Tank's still young. He'll be there. And there's a few other names we could throw in the mix. But like primarily those two. Yeah, but I mean, his career in terms of his career, he's still young.
Yeah,
he has a lot.
In terms of selling, he'll sell, but
for sure.
You're not gonna tell me
you throw him anywhere on the East Coast and Tank Brooklyn, Atlanta, Baltimore, Florida. You throw him anywhere.
You're not gonna tell me he saw that Ryan fight by himself. Ryan made those numbers. That 1.5 mil, it was because
Absolutely,
of Ryan.
absolutely. He does good in the gate, but I mean, it takes two to tango, and the promotion for that fight was definitely more Ryan than anything.
Hell
But
yeah.
going back to
Oh,
Benavidez,
yeah.
I think he's kind of following a similar career path as Tank,
Yeah.
and Tank Garcia was kind of that pivotal moment in Tank's career, and Canelo would do the same for Benavidez.
Canelo's not gonna want to fight Benavidez. Benavidez knocks out Canelo. I'll say it right here. Benavidez knocks out Canelo. Come on, buddy.
I
I know
don't,
you're a Canelo lover.
I don't
Benavidez
think so.
knocks
I'm not
out
even at
Canelo.
Canelo level. I will admit I grew up like Canelo. Canelo put me on boxing as a kid. That was the only fights we'd watch, and from then on, my love for the sport grew. But I don't see this guy coming in and wiping him out like you think.
Canelo looks slower against Ryder. He got hit more. He gets gassed 6 and up. Benavidez don't get gassed. He's younger. He's gonna punch, bro. He's just gonna go through. It's just gonna be look. I don't know. I think September 16th, Canelo versus Benavidez. Imagine what that would do. Imagine what that would do. Imagine the sales on that. Be huge.
Hey, if you do like you say, if Benavidez does comes in and just puts to work on him, then I can't career just going 2, 3 more fights. It's not much to fight for, especially if you
Because
drop all the belts. But as long as he has those belts, I mean, he's gonna
Canelo's like in a weird thing right now because he beats one and now he has like four lined up. You know what I mean? He has Charlo, Bubo Andre, he has Bivol, he has Benavidez. He has a bunch of them like lined up. He beats Bivol, what they're gonna say? Fight Benavidez. Gold fight Benavidez, what they're gonna say? Fight Boo Boo.
the
He
next
beats Boo Boo.
right.
Fight Charlo. Like, bro, he beats Charlo. Fight Moriel, my boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna be a one after another, after another, after another. And that's been all his career. All his career's been like that. It's been one after another, and that's just
But
how it
why?
is.
But why? And I'll leave you on this. Payday.
Okay,
Payday.
I don't know, man.
Every day, bro. We got less than a minute on the call, so
All right, then I'm gonna leave you then, so we can
alrighty, man.
talk
Good
later.
talk.
I appreciate this and appreciate everything. See you.